Hello everyone, I am Erika of BEADIngschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open workshop for everyone to make sure that we can come together no matter where do we live, what kind of beads do we love, what colors do we love. Everyone is welcome. And this week is a very special, very happy edition of No One Has to Bead Alone as we are celebrating International Beading Week. That's the best week of the year in the life of a beader, I think. And hi Tanya, and hi Donna, and Honey, and Faye is here. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where do you live in the world. Please let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. I think you can see me because Tanya already noticed my golden dancing pole. Can you also hear me? Yes, today I am broadcasting from a new location. Well, I moved about like 7 meters from my normal location as well, it has different reasons. I had a bit of rain inside of my beading room and my computer shut down, so I'm now doing the video from where Adam works normally. And yeah, there is a golden dancing pole in the background. So, and Marianska is here. And indeed, nice that you can join us again. And Maria and Shirley and Aniko and Katie and Sherry is here and Ula and Katja. And a Facebook friend who just returned from her hunting trip. In case that you are watching from the Beading School Club, then about a video and also in the first comment, you can see a link, and then if you click on it, then you can enable my broadcasting program to see your name, to see your face, and then I can greet you. I can say, hi, Mary, and hi, Deb. And thank you for the confirmation that you can also hear me. And hi, Donna, and Sharon is here. Hi, Facebook user friend, and Monica, and Nancy, and Susan, and Veronka, and Lynn, and Mehtab. Claire is here, Marcy, Corinne, Teresa, another Facebook user friend. Thank you, Maria. Turquoise is the best color. I keep telling that because that's true. So, and today we are going to work on the Alicia's flower motif. This is what I am wearing today. I made it into a statement necklace. And, you know, I used all these happy colors and it was so much fun. I made it when we were putting together the BICONE boxes for you. So I had all these new colors. And then one of the motifs were made when I was beading together with one of our fellow Beading School Club member. And so it's just, when I'm thinking about this motif, then it brings me so much joy. Niti, I'm thinking about you and all of you. And already today I have seen some of the, someone rang the bell and I'm not going to open it. It's not the priority now. So, yeah, so this is such a happy motif, and I hope that I will see many versions also from you, just as before with the Samoa and all the other motifs. And hi, Ginny, and yeah, Adam is away, so I could occupy his his place, luckily. But also I have to say, I have proof that I learned to make good coffee based on his instructions. I'm making awesome coffee now. So Marianska, next time you are a tea person, if I remember well. But Yeah, I learned to make good coffee in the meanwhile. And hi, Brit Marie. And Susie says, Happy International Beading Week to all and happy Friday, indeed. And hi, Kata and Teresa and Annie and 𝐂𝐋𝐈�𝐄𝐓. So, let's see the motif. Could you download the tutorial? I saw many of you already downloading, but I hope that it works well. It's at the usual place, beadingschool.com / no one has to bead alone / and also in between the tutorials. So you can find it in 2 places now. And hi, Sheila. And yeah, okay. So, thank you, Sherry. So, International Beading Week. What is it about? It's a big celebration of the arts and joy of beadwork and celebrating everything what beadwork brings into our lives, for example, friends and community. I hope that you did have time to take part of the various events that the ambassadors of the International Beading Week prepared for you. There were many also other workshops like this, and talks and challenges, and just saying that someone might have posted a little giveaway also into International Beading Week group. Just saying. We have one giveaway for International Beading Week running on the Beadingschool Facebook page, where you can celebrate also 𝐿2 Studios, the maker of our 𝐼𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐋 5th birthday, and you can win an art cabochon. I also got one, by the way, as a present. It was delivered today together with the paprikas. And there is also, I really strongly encourage you to join in. I think it's a beautiful prize. So that's one giveaway that is running on the Beading School Facebook page. And then today, not long before we've met for No One Has to Bead Alone, I posted another giveaway in the International Beading Week group. Find it. You will like it, I promise. So, Nicolene is here also. I hope you are well. And hi, Deb. And yeah, Sherry says, oh my goodness, it has been such a busy week. I love it. Yes, so many things happening. So before we get to Alicia's flower, I would just like to mention that tomorrow at the same time as today, I am waiting for you with another live broadcast at the same time, 5 p.m. Central European Time, just as no one has to bead alone. And I will announce the winners of the Beading School competition. You can admire already the jewels made by, also maybe by you, and by fellow Beading School students on our Facebook page. They are beautiful and they are inspiring, and you keep surprising me with your creativity and enthusiasm, and I love watching the pictures. And make sure to leave comments for your fellow beaders, because just remember how good you feel when someone gives a heart or a like to you, or someone leaves a comment. So pay it forward and list through the albums and leave some nice encouraging comments to your fellow beaders. So thank you so much and see you tomorrow. I already got the sheets containing the points from the jury, but I didn't summarize them yet. So I don't know also that who is the winner. I'm also super excited. I will do it tomorrow in the morning. And I will announce it. And I will announce the winners in the afternoon. So that's what's coming tomorrow. And all the way until next Tuesday, also for International Beading Week, and to make sure that you can get enough components for your projects, we have a site-wide sale of 11%. It's valid for everything what is not already discounted, and it's valid until 5 p.m. afternoon in Tuesday. And I would really recommend to check out the art cabochons. I would recommend to check out the wide selection of Preciosa beads and all the Preciosa components, but also the basics what we keep using in our creations. We are always in need of some glass components in metal settings, like the crystal connectors and the drops. We always need FIRELINE, and we just added FIRELINE again. Our stock was just restocked. So that's plenty to browse and choose from. So visit beadingschool.com. You don't have to add any kind of code. Until Tuesday, you can enjoy the discount. And let's get to Alicia finally. So let's see, what do we need for Alicia? Let's start with the middle. I will also now put on the screen my second camera, so I will show you the colors that I chose. So in the middle, I will use a Jet AB Preciosa rhinestone in metal setting. The size is 4 millimeter or SS16. SS means stone size. And that it's in a golden setting. So that goes in the middle. Then the next one, the SUPERDUO. I don't know the exact name of it. We have it online. It's a yellowish mustardish color with a Picasso cover. So I think that will make a nice contrast. The Jet AB is shiny and it's elegant. And then there is this Picasso kind of like, some say dirty looking beads. So I want to create this contrast between the two looks. And then after the SUPERDUOs, you will need some GEMDUOs. So again, I have a Picasso finish. It's the turquoise silver Picasso GEMDUO. Then after that, 6 millimeter BICONE beads. So this is another way to use those 6 millimeter BICONE beads that were included in your Preciosa crystal and pearl boxes or in your Preciosa BICONE boxes. You need 8 pieces for one motif. And I was happy to get some Capri Blue 2x AV in the moon box that I got from the Beading School warehouse. Tanya, did you also get the Capri Blue AV? I know that you were really hoping for those. Did you receive them in your box? The colors vary, so we don't know in advance that who gets what exactly. We have the color schemes, but not an exact list. So Tanya, did you get what you were looking forward to? So I will use again those. This is my second or third project with the Capri Blue 2x AV, and I think they are really, really nice. They are so shiny. And that blue color is just, oh, just the perfect shade. And hi, Sharon, good to see you. And yay, Tanya says, yes, I was so happy to see them when I opened my box. They are really stunning. I'm super happy about it, Tanya. Have you used them already? How will you combine them? Are you using them today, maybe? So after the 6mm bicones, we will need also some half tilas, and I will use this Labrador covered jet half tilas. This is a check coating on the MIYUKI beads, and I love using them. Then we will also need 4mm bicone beads. I use the chrysolite opal from Preciosa. That's another favorite of mine. And hi, Tonya. Tonya says, it reminds me of the ocean, those blue bicones. I think you are right. Like, they are so deeply, richly colored and in a way transparent, but not completely because of the 2 times AB coating. So when I look at them, then I'm just getting lost in the crystals. Then we will also need 6mm bugle beads from MIYUKI. Slender bugle beads are my favorites. And this is brown iris, what I am going to use. And then we are also in need of some seed beads, size 15 in 1 or 2 colors, depending how do you combine your colors, and MIYUKI DELICA 11s. I have several options actually lying around here because I did not make a full decision yet. I'm not 100% sure where do I want to go with the seed beads. Let's see. So Tanya says she haven't used yet the Capri Blue. She's using 6mm violets today. She loves the 2AB coatings. And I guess if one package is not enough, then are you making a full necklace, not only a pendant? I'm curious. And everyone else, what are you making from today's motif? And I will start beading in the meanwhile. So, FIRELINE 0.12mm or 4LB for US beaders. I will leave about 5-6 inches, 10 to 12 centimeters as a tail, and I will secure it later. I start by picking up 8 pieces of SUPERDUOs. I always try to take a quick look at least, at the second holes, the open holes, to make sure that they are not clogged. Multi-hole beads, and of course also single-hole beads, they can be clogged sometimes, but with multi-hole beads, sometimes we don't notice that the second hole is clogged, and it is not a nice feeling to discover it later. So I have the 8 pieces of SUPERDUOs, hopefully both holes open, and then I bead through all of them one more time, starting with the first one, to join them into a circle. And when I have my circle, then I bead also through the very first one for a third time. And now, as my thread is exiting, the tail and the working end of the thread are exiting the same hole of the same bead, then this actually helps me in keeping good thread tension and manipulating with my growing motif better. So I like to move on to the next step in this way. And I see many of you making full necklaces. Tanya also says that she's going for the necklace. She beaded 2 motifs already. Sherry also thinks that she needs a necklace. Brit Marie says, I just couldn't make my mind up which colors to go for today, so I will only watch your broadcast today. Maybe the fellow beaders give you some ideas, Brit Marie, when they start posting the new creations. And Lynn says, glad I found my ocean box for 6mm Bicones. Always good to have a Preciosa box on the hand, I would say. Okay, and the coffee. Jeannie makes the necklace. Maria makes the necklace. Oh, that's so nice that you are going for the full treat. Okay. Attaching the rhinestone. So, I am exiting the inside hole of a SUPERDUO. I bead through one of the holes of the rhinestone in metal setting. It has a metal setting. And there are two holes running in a cross shape on the back of the rhinestone. And if this was my number 1 bead, and then I start counting counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then now I will bead through the inside hole of SUPERDUO number 5, but in the opposite direction. So this is how I attach the first hole of the rhinestone. Afterward, I bead through one more SUPERDUO, and then I cross the second hole of the rhinestone. And now I bead, if this was, the original one was number 1, then I need to bead through number 7, but in the opposite direction again, in the compared to the original. So now I attached both holes of the rhinestone to this circle of SUPERDUOs, and ideally you will need to have always 2 SUPERDUO beads between 2 exits of the rhinestone. Deb says, sorry, as soon as I saw this, I just had to make it. I was so excited. Deb made a really nice variation already. And by the way, Deb was this week a star of a face-to-face interview at the Beadingschool blog. So check it out. Go to beadingschool.com/blog/ or if you would like to be one of the stars in the face-to-face interview, then just let us know. Email at beadingschool.com. We are waiting for your email. Sherry, I don't actually have the name or the number, but I will post it afterward, okay? I will look it up. We have it in the eShop. I will look it up for you. So, step number 3, I am, well, at the end of step number 2, I bead through the outside hole, the open hole of the SUPERDUO that I am exiting. And now I add GEMDUO beads between the SUPERDUO beads, between the second holes of the SUPERDUO beads. This is actually, even if it's a relatively big motif compared to some of what we have beaded earlier together, but it's growing fast because we use pretty big beads at the beginning. I'm keeping good thread tension by pulling on the tail thread from time to time, and as I am adding the GEMDUOs, then I see that hopefully it will work out exactly in the way as I imagined, that the Jet AB rhinestone is playing nicely together with the color of the GEMDUOs, and all the shades of the blue and green I imagine that it will be nice. Shirley says, I'm already in love with the colors I have chosen. My only problem is nothing to wear in these colors. Guess I need to go shopping. That's always a solution. Or, like, I think that whatever crazy colors we are using, beadwork always looks good with blue jeans and with a simple white shirt in whatever style that fits you and that you like. What do you think, ladies? Like, when I really want to wear a jewel, but I don't have something in the same colors, then blue jeans, white shirt, that's a 100% safe solution. And now, when I have added all the GEMDUO beads around my motif, then I want to make this row very secure. We have big beads here. They are the foundation of the whole motif around. One more time, I am beading through the outside holes of the SUPERDUOs and the inside holes of the GEMDUO beads, repeating the thread paths when I was adding them, basically. And Katy says, or on a little black dress, everything fits for that. Absolutely. And I think that's a good combination, like for a casual wear, blue jeans and white shirt, and that we want to dress up a little bit with the black dress. All kind of beadwork will look nice. And Ginny says, I ended up with the colors I chose because of the number of 6mm bicones needed. Do you mean you need more 6mm bicones, Ginny? And a friend says, I don't see your name, unfortunately. Then I work Fridays now, but I can't wait to get home to dry this. Oh, I hope that you will have the time soon to try this. Are you Joanna by any chance? I know that Joanna used to always bead with us before, but now she works always on Fridays. So I want to bead around my motif at least one time and at least for a certain time through the very first GEMDUO that I have added. And when I have done this, then I bead through the outside hole, the open hole of the GEMDUO bead that I am exiting. It's Chloe! Chloe, nice to have you here. Oh, I'm sorry that you have to work. So, and now let's see if the Capri Blue ABs, two ABs, work with the color combination. Ladies, by the way, I'm curious, which activities, workshops did you join during International Beading Week? Did you share pictures as the Beadworkers Guild encouraged you to do so? Did you join some workshops? Did you watch the interviews that Chloe Menage did with us, ambassadors? I'm curious. And Kata says, I got SUPERDUOs as present. Opaque red with golden splash. Everything is adapted. It will be interesting result. Kata, I'm curious. You are so good with the fiery colors, the oranges, reds, the yellows. It's always like when I see you working with those, then I feel like those are the kata colors. Those are your signature colors. I'm curious, what do you come up with this one? And now actually, I am adding the 6mm Preciosa bicones in between the open holes of the GEMDUO beads, one by one. And maybe it's Chloe. She says, I shared every day. And he says, I was only able to watch your video. I'm glad you made this one. I hope that you can watch back some of the interviews. Those are recorded. Those are always on Instagram, on the Beadworkers Guild account. And then another anonymous friend of ours says, learned the flat chenille with the anabolog. Nice. Chenille is also such a nice and versatile stitch. Anna Lindell has also some. Diana has also very, very nice things. And Anna Lindell has also with chenille some very nice things if you got interested in learning more about chenille. And Shirley says, I have watched the interviews, been in Zoom meetings, made a fairy and 2 tassels. I have also posted a piece of jewelry every day. Oh my God, Shirley, you are the hero of International Beading Week, I think. So well done. Thank you so much for spreading the word about beading. Anonymous friend says, tomorrow we'll do the fairy Zoom. Enjoy. Faye says, watched all the interviews, shared every day, and been in a beading frenzy trying lots of new designs. Okay, besides Shirley, Faye is the other hero of International Beading Week. It's Vanya! Vanya! I'm so sorry that I don't see your names. Can you maybe try clicking on that link just above the video? It's in the description of the video. Then it should work that I see your name and I know that who am I talking to. Okay, I forgot to change the picture. But yeah, I am finishing adding the 6mm bicone beads at this moment, and then I will continue until I am exiting at least the second bicone bead. I don't like adding a new row next after the first newly added bead. I always bead a little bit further, and I start adding the next row after the second, for example. And at the moment, it's like very blue what I am beading. But then later, what I am hoping for is that when I add the bugle beads, that it will be a more balanced look, and the bugle beads will play nicely together with the mustardish, Rembrandtish, Picasso finishes. I think it's Picasso finish, not Rembrandt. I'm not 100% sure. Picasso, I think. So I think that they will play nicely with the SUPERDUO, so then the motif will be nice and balanced. And Kata says, I haven't attended workshops, but downloaded some patterns, finished 2 kits, worked on some your patterns, just pulled a kit for the fairy. That is so cute. Kata, you also did a lot. And I know that you spent the week together with fellow beader Anna, so that is like spending time with fellow beaders and having fun together. That's the best part about beading, I think. And Sherry says, I have made 3 tassels, gone to many of the drop-ins, working on the chenille and fairy. Sherry, you also did a lot. Wow. Deb was also working on several. Vania, I see you now. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So, and now I added all the BICONE beads, and now I need to decide if I want to add the mustard DELICA beads or the matte silver plated. I think I will go with my classic matte silver. So now I will be adding groups of 3 DELICA beads in between the BICONE beads added in the previous step. So I am exiting a BICONE, I pick up 3 DELICA beads, and then I am beading through the next BICONE bead. So as you can see right away, the DELICA beads, they are shaped like a little V in between the preciosas. And this is how I bead all around, and I stop only when I continued and I have reached the second group of DELICA beads. And okay, everyone is saying mustard, but I already added 4 groups of the matte silver. Sorry, ladies. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's stay with this one. I was a bit afraid that the mustard delicas will kill the effect of the mustardish super duos. Ginny says, I usually do these activities, but this time I had cleaning of the house after the sanding project. We get to move back on Saturday, but we can work on it now. Finally, finishing the job is so close, Ginny. I know that it was a big, big, big task to do. It's always a big task to do such a big revamping of the house. I hope you are happy now and will enjoy the new floor very much. Yes, Vania, I even brought you back. You didn't get my email? I brought you back right away. I was so proud of myself answering your email within like 10 minutes. Can you check your spam, please? And hi, Joanna. Okay, there is no one who would have said that I should use the matte nickel or matte silver delicas. Now I'm like, what have I done? So this is how it looks like at the moment. And now I'm switching to the next step, step 6. And now I will be adding the combination of half TILA, 3 round 15 seed beads, and another half TILA in between the groups of the 3 delicas. But when I am passing through the delica beads, then I skip the one in the middle. And try to turn the MIYUKI delicas in a way, the MIYUKI half tilas in a way that the little bump is facing the top of the pendant. Okay, Vanya found my email. I'm happy about that. Thank you, Joanna. And Brit Marie says, I downloaded a couple of patterns, but not sure if some of them might be too difficult for me to follow. I am kind of lousy with following and sometimes understanding the thread path. Brit Marie, give yourself a bit of time. It's always good to aim high, aim higher than what might look comfortable, and then you might be surprised. Or maybe you will need to like put away the pattern for a little bit and then get back to it later. But I trust you, you will master them one by one. It might take time, but it will be okay. So, okay, I'm not happy with the color of my I'm not happy with the color of my R15s. So I will switch to the dark bronze ones. That was too big of a difference, I think, in between the color of the SUPERDUO beads and the round 15s. So to pull it more together, to get a more unified look, I will use the dark bronze ones. And let's see if they work with this Labrador coated jet half TILA. I think they will. What do you think? I took with me from my beading room a couple of backup colors for the bugle beads, for example, but I don't have any backup colors for my half TILAs here. So in case that I would want to change the half TILAs, then I would need to run to the beading room, and I don't want to. I think it will be all right. So ladies, tell me about the colors that you are using today. You told me that most of you, well, I think everyone actually told that you are making a necklace today. But what kind of colors are you using? Hi, Ludka. Ludka says, Erika and the ladies, I just want to greet you quickly. I had an unexpected visit and I couldn't connect with Beading. I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Ludka, and enjoy your visit. And see you later. Take care. Kathy says, because beading is my passion, I went for passionate colors, red and pink. That sounds good, Kathy. And Connie says, purple, pink, red, and gold. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐄 says, gold, nickel, and of course turquoise. Yeah, 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐄 also knows that turquoise is the best color. And Ludka says, I will watch the video and make it tomorrow. I will add photos later. Erika, it's a wonderful tutorial. I fall in love. Thank you very much. Thanks for your kind words, Ludka, and enjoy it very much when you are beading it tomorrow. By the way, at the beginning, I don't know if you have noticed or not many of you understood, I think, because Tanya was writing in Dutch, in Flemish. Tanya and Kathy, well, we share a language, we share the Dutch language, but it's called, when I talk about you from Belgium speaking a version of or like a version of Dutch language, shall I say you are speaking Dutch or you are speaking Flemish? What is the correct way? I would like to be like correct about this. That what should I say? Should I refer to it as Flemish? Oh, Honey starts over. Katie says I should refer to it as Dutch. Katie is a teacher of the language, so I will gladly accept her opinion. Thank you so much, Katie. And Tanya says, all shades of purple except for the slender bugles. I used a color I would never buy myself, but it was the gift from the warehouse to my rhinestone box. And the result is great. Tanya, that's another proof that experimenting can, sometimes it does not end well, but it can also give us great results. We just need to be brave. And I'm curious what kind of color it is. So, yeah, back to Tanya's comment. She asked if I want to show some pole dance and some pole dancing since I am here in front of my golden pole. And normally I would not shy away. I would totally spin for you. But, yesterday I was actually getting my second shot for COVID. And I have to say that I have pretty bad side effects. Like nothing, like it's, of course, it's 100 times better than getting COVID. But I took like 3 or 4 paracetamols today to be able to like function. And yesterday I spent the day on the couch just being kind of dead. So not today. My arm hurts too, so it is just not the day for Paul Johnson. Hopefully another time. And Tanya says she's working with the Crystal AB bugle beads. So that's the same that I have used for the glass house. And Tonya says, take an Advil, cold and sinus. It will help, and rotate your arm around in circles for 2 minutes. That should help. Thank you, Tonya. I will try that because my left arm really hurts, actually. Yay, and hi, Staska. Staska says, I will translate it from Slovak. She says, Staska is a beading friend from Slovakia. She used to come to workshops. When I was teaching, I had a shop in Slovakia. And she says, hi, Erika. My English is not very good, but I want to write you. I want to thank you for the workshops. I'm glad to watch them. And even if I'm not beading, then the videos make me happy. Ďakujem pekne, Staska, som tak rada, že si tu. S radosťou ťa vidím. Oh, and Sharon says coffee should help. Yeah. Coffee always makes me happier and happy. So, and at the end of step 6, I want to finish it by exiting a half TILA that is after a group of MIYUKI delicas. So my thread is hanging here in between a half TILA and in between a group of 3 MIYUKI round seed beads. And now this is like a little bit difficult looking step, but if you follow the thread line, then you will see that it's not that complicated. So I am exiting the inside hole of a half TILA, and now I bead through the outside holes of 2 half TILAs that are next to each other. So this way I connect and pull together the 2 half TILAs, and now I pick up a 4mm chrysolite opal PRECIOSA BICONE bead. I bead through the outside hole of the first half TILA again. Now I pick up a round 15 seed bead. I'm using my second color for this, and then I continue through the outside hole, the second hole of the second half TILA. And now I'm beading in the original direction through the half TILA, through 2 of the MIYUKI beads. So I am exiting now the MIYUKI bead in the middle, and I fix the MIYUKI bead to the round 15 that I have just added. And then I bead through 2 DELICA beads. I bead through a half TILA. I bead through 2 of the round 15s. I skip the one in the middle. I continue through a half TILA. And then the 3 DELICA beads. I can but don't have to skip this time the one in the middle as I have skipped it before. And then 1 more half TILA. So always I want to start this thread pass from a half TILA bead that is in front of a group of 3 round 15 seed beads. So this is how I bead all around. Now I connect the 2 half TILA beads to each other by beading through both of the outside holes. I pick up the chrysolite opal PRECIOSA BICONE. I pick up a round 15. I bead through the second half TILA, and then what I want to do is to get into position for adding the next BICONE and round 15. Sorry, before that, I'm also connecting the middle MIYUKI DELICA to the round 15 that I have just added. And Diana says, I was working on this last night. This is where I got confused. Looks easy enough now. Diana, I'm super happy that the workshop helps you. Anytime that you have a question, then don't hesitate to ask. And we actually have a super friendly, I'm not sure if you are a member already, We have a super friendly group of beaders. Most of the names that you see here, the ladies are already members of the Beading School Club. And the club is open to everyone who have placed at least one order, no matter what kind of amount, above zero, for something at beadingschool.com. And then you can ask all kinds of questions there, and what is the best you can get to know lots and lots of friendly, like-minded beaders, and you can get inspired by creating together. And it's really a nice place to be. So if you are not a member yet, then I hope that you will join us soon. And Susie says, I'm laughing as my colors are very similar to your Erika. At least the outer part. The inner is peacock blue, SUPERDUO, and electric green GEMDUO. That must look super nice, Susie. I'm curious. Okay. Do we have anyone here who would like me to explain this part one more time? Because I am happy to do it in slow motion again if you need me to. But otherwise, I will try to be now a little bit quicker. So I finish the pendant still today evening sometime. But if you want me to do like a slow motion with explanation again, then don't hesitate to ask. Kata says it's clear. Ginny would like some explanation. So let's do it again in slow-mo. So I am starting by exiting the inner hole of a half tila that is in front of a group of 3 MIYUKI round seed beads. I turn back to the opposite direction and I bead back through the outside hole of the half tila I am exiting, and also the previous one, the outside hole of the previous half tila. So when I pull my thread, then you can see that the outside holes of the 2 half tila beads are now touching each other. And now I pick up a Preciosa BICONE bead in 4mm size, and I bead one more time through the outside hole of the first half tila. Here I pick up a round 15 seed bead and I bead through the outside hole of the second half tila. So on top I have the BICONE, in between I have the round 15. And then I turn to the original direction again. I bead through the inside hole of the half tila. I bead through the first and the second MIYUKI DELICA. I connect with square stitch the round 15 to the MIYUKI DELICA. So I bead back through the round 15 and I bead in the original direction through the MIYUKI DELICA again. So now they are connected to each other. And now I want to get into position to repeat exactly the same again. So I continue through DELICA, half tila, first round 15, I skip the one in the middle, I bead through the third round 15, then half tila, DELICA, 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 and one more half tila. So, how does it sound, Ginny? Did it help? Please let me know. I want to make sure that it is super clear. And these parts, by the way, they are just a little bit kind of like sliding under the BICONE beads. So Ginny says it's good now. I'm happy, Ginny. So I keep repeating this. It's funny, by the way, like usually my go-to jewel for any kind of motif is a pair of earrings. I really love big jewelry, even if I'm tiny. Not only compared to my fellow Dutchmen who live in my adopted home country, but also compared to like average people. And still, I love wearing big jewelry. But with this, somehow I felt like this is maybe not suitable for an earring. But then today I already saw Kiki in the Beading School Club made a pair of earrings. So now I changed my opinion. And I think it's also perfect, not only as a pendant, not only as a necklace, but also as a pair of earrings. If anyone would like to bead an earring. So Brit Marie is asking if it's flat. It's like mostly flat, but with a little bump in the middle. This is my finished motif. So the half tilas are a little bit below the Preciosa bicones, but not very much. This is how it looks like. I hope this helps. And hi, Melanie. Melanie is waiting for her crystals. And Ginny says, I could see it as a bead embroidery piece and also as a bracelet. You know me and my bracelet. Of course, Ginny. Ginny loves attaching motifs to filigrees, and then she often uses them as a centerpiece for a bracelet. If you haven't seen that yet from her, then I recommend checking out the latest Club Designs article where we are collecting the results of No One Has to Bead Alone. So every week when beaders post their creations based on No One Has to Bead Alone, then or Susie, she writes an article collecting the results of the jewels, and Ginny was featured in several of them, including the last one that Susie posted on Wednesday this week. So I really recommend checking that out. And Tanya says, that's one of the nicest things about your designs. The motifs are always so versatile. You can bead it as you are explaining in the tutorial, but you can always use it in your own imagination. Good proof of that is the contest. If you see how the motifs are used, that's just great. You are also a designer who is encouraging beaders to go a step further. I'm super happy that you like this way of beading, Tanya, and I think that's the best part of designing when I see you using the motif in a different way than I did, because it means that the motif is inspiring, that it inspires you, it pushes you to think, to bead, to try new things, and that's super nice to see. So thank you so much when you ladies get me to experience that great feeling that you are taking the motifs one step further and you are making them your own and you personalize them by adding details that you like when you use them in a way that you like. I love seeing that. And I love looking at the Club Designs articles afterward when they are all collected into one article. Wishing you lots of fun, Melanie. I'm really curious to seeing your creations. Melanie also just ordered today, I hope I can say that since you also shared the info. Melanie ordered today the Summer Spirit box, and she's going to create together with a friend who is restoring antique furniture, and they love using tassels, and the Summer Spirit is full of tassels, different kinds of flowery shapes of tassels, and classic tassels, and fan-shaped tassels. So I'm really curious to see what you two come up with, Melanie. And Claire says, I know I haven't been here for ages. Now I am back working. I love catching up on the YouTube channel, though. I'm really happy that also the recordings that they stay online, they help you to stay connected to the community. It was Chloe, right? So yeah, I am really happy to hear that. It's wonderful if you can join in real life and interact with each other. And I think that really gives a special vibe, even if we are sitting in different places all around the world, but it's just this wonderful creative energy coming together from all around the world. But if it's not doable, then watching the recording, I hope that also helps staying connected to each other. And I finally finished adding my BICONE beads, and I hope my thread tension will be okay. I was a bit like, I think I'm a bit lightheaded from all the paracetamol and then talking at the same time. So I'm not sure about my thread tension. I hope that my thread will be okay and I will not tear it as I am adding the next part. Please keep me fingers crossed. But now I am moving on to the next phase. Next step. I start from around 15 seed bead that is in the middle of a group of 3 round 15 seed beads. I pick up a bugle bead, and I can see, I like the colors. I'm happy with the colors, how they come together. They are shinier in real life. I don't have good lights here in the living room. Maybe I need some lights for the pool. So I don't have lights here in the living room. So what you see on the screen, it's not 100% accurate. They are a lot shinier in real life. So exiting around 15, I pick up a bugle bead. I pick up 4 pieces of DELICA beads. And then I bead backwards through the BICONE bead. I bead again through the first 2 MIYUKI DELICAs, and then I pick up one round 15. I will pick it up in my first color, I think. Or I will actually maybe, yeah, I will add the third color of the round 15s here. And then I bead through the second pair, the third and the fourth bead in the group that I have just added. Now I need one more MIYUKI slender bugle, and then I bead through the next round 15 in the middle of the next group of 3. So this is how I finish the petals of Alicia's flower. And Tanya says, it is a great moment of the week. Even if we have never met, I have the feeling I know a lot of you. I have the same feeling, Tanya, totally. And Ginny says, that works great because not everybody wears the same type of jewelry, talking about like versatile motifs. And I think that's wonderful about like seeing all the results too, that we see how different it can be, and we see many different variations. And I love seeing when you comment on each other's posts, and that positive vibe is just that's the best thing about the group. So thank you for being there. And ladies, how do you feel about this last part? Is it clear how I am adding the bugles and everything? I'm actually running out of thread. I will need to add new thread just for the last part of the flower. I really don't like when it's happening. But yeah, this motif needs a little bit more thread than usually. So I will have to add a bit more thread. Bonnie, hi Bonnie. She says, love this design, Erika, so pretty. I'm happy that you are pretty happy with it, Bonnie. I'm curious to see yours. And Corinne says, Erika, it looks great. The colors really go beautifully together. Thank you, Corinne. I was doubting at one moment, even if like before the broadcast, I was like, I'm 100% sure that this will work out. But in between, I had some doubts, but now I'm happy. And Shirley says, I am so in love with this one, Erika. Mine definitely has an ocean feel to it. And Ula is here. Mine is very doomed. I'm thinking of it for golf ball. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Ula. Like, what helped for me is that I don't tie a knot at the beginning. I don't know if you have tied a knot, but I did not tie a knot right at the beginning, but just a little bit later. Actually, with this one, I did not tie a knot yet, but with the previous motifs that I did, then I secured my thread, not right at the beginning, but a bit later, and I did not tie a knot. Sorry, now the paracetamol is wearing off and I'm starting to babble, I think. Sorry about that. So let's start again. I think it helped me that I did not tie a knot at the beginning, and then the beads could slip where they needed to, and I could push the middle a little bit so it's not very domed. But if I would tie a knot right at the beginning, then I imagine that by connecting the super duos very close to each other, then they would raise. So all in all, did you tie a knot, Ula? I'm curious. Ula says, I didn't, but I think my GEMDUOs are a bit thick. That can also be that can also make a difference. if the GEMDUOs have a thicker coating, for example. I hope that it will work out, Ula. I hope that you like golf and you can make a golf ball cover that will make you happy. Thank you, Ginny. And bye, Susie. Ginny says, I love the design too. Last night I chose colors for the first time instead of just grabbing them as I go. And I used all of them except for one. I changed it out for a lighter green. I guess it pays to plan ahead. I'm happy to hear that your new strategy worked well, Ginny. I used to do that too. I was horrible at it. Like when we started to do No One Has to Bead Alone last year, then it took me, of course, much longer to prepare the classes. Basically, as soon as I switched off the video on a Friday evening. Then through the weekend and the other days, all I was doing just designing and drawing the tutorials and preparing the class. So then I chose my colors only last minute, and it was just not always the best decision that I could make. But here we are a year and a half later, and luckily I can do this in a lot more comfortable way. And I really, really also like the fact that I did not, sorry, I don't want to like praise myself. I don't like praising myself, but I hope it's okay to say that I'm happy that I did not give up and I pushed through the difficulties, because the challenges they taught me, they actually made me eventually a better designer. Now coming up with the motif takes a lot shorter time, and also I got better at drawing the illustrations and writing the tutorial. So I'm very grateful for No One Has to Bead Alone for making me a better designer. Thanks, Connie. And Ula says, I am sorry, the colors are really nice. I will change the GEMDUOs. It will probably help. I think that's a good thought. I'm sorry that it didn't work out in the way you planned to, but I'm sure, Ula, that you will find a nice solution. And Katie connected her 3 motifs and now thinking about the rope. Does this deserve a beaded rope, maybe? Like a bead crochet or peyote or something. And thank you, Kat. And so nice to see you here. And thank you, Shirley. And Kata says, without challenges, life is boring and there is no evolution. And you are doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Kata. Ladies, I am now. Thank you for your kindness today, and your presence today, and your enthusiasm today, and your creativity today, and always when we meet. And I will need to finish after the broadcast, I'm afraid, because I ran out of thread. I have just 2 petals left, but I don't want to spend now time with attaching a new thread and whatever. It seems that you are on a really good way of finishing your motifs. Most of you have already 2 or 3, as I can see from your comments. But in case that you have any questions left, then please let me know. Please keep commenting and posting in the Beading School Club. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. All the excitement of finishing the competition, getting to know who won the prizes. And don't forget to cheer to everyone who participated. Everyone did a wonderful job. You stepped out of your comfort zones, you met the deadline, you did your best to show off what you can make, and I love your creations. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for making Beading School what it is and what it is becoming. And I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye bye, ladies, and see you tomorrow already. Bye.